Okay, y'all, I wanted to bring a trade to you that I caught this morning. It kind of jumped out at me as I was on the charts. I hope y'all are having a wonderful trading day. The market is still open and it's still fresh. It's doing some corrections and some other things from the rundown that the market had on Monday. So I was looking at GU. Let's zoom out because we're on it right now. And I have my liquidity areas and my breakup structures on here. It is an indicator that you can put from trading view on your charts to help point out, and just be mindful. You do need to know what these particular areas are on a personal level, but this just helps point things out and you can analyze it as it points it out. So don't just use the indicators because it's telling you something. Confirm it with your natural eye. So it's called break of structure and liquidity swing. So one's by Lux Algo and the other one's by Nephew Sam. I do have a SMA, which is a 20 moving average that I have marked up on my chart. So, and as you can see, it's trending below that on the 5-minute chart. So what I did was I went to my higher time frames. I confirmed that there is a downtrend on GU. And once I confirmed that there was a downtrend, I dropped down to my lower time frames to drop structure and see, what it's doing, how it's moving. So I like to confirm a lot of my trades that way. And I was looking that, hey, it's kind of probably going to start retracing and doing some other things. I did not put a fib on this particular trade just because, you don't have to use all your tools all the time. Certain trades will require certain skills and tools. So this was one of those. I do have liquidity sitting here, so I kept that in mind, and I have liquidity sitting at the bottom here as well. So when I got onto my 5-minute chart, let me replay this back for y'all. So I got onto my 5-minute chart, and let me take some of this off because I don't need it now. Once I did that, I'll press play and let you know how it played out as I'm watching my areas. Let me put that back on there so y'all can see the liquidity at least. So on my 5-minute chart, we already confirmed that my bias is a downtrend on this particular trade just from how it's moving on my 4-hour. I like to go by my 4-hour, but I also kept in mind that there was some areas of support coming up. So if it's downtrending, this will probably be an area on the higher time frame that I would look for it actually trying to reverse or reacting to that area. So once I figure out kind of my baseline, I like to get a baseline and a resistance area on my higher time frames, and then I'll drop down to my lower time frames and look at the actual structure to draw those up. So I saw that we had an area of support down here. Let me take the volume off right now because there's quite a bit of volume. So on the 30-minute, I have an area of support here that it's trying to retrace up to, and then there's a supply area in these two areas. I kept that in mind. But I wanted to drop down to my 5-minute chart where I entered and exited. So I have all the other areas drawn up, but I do see that there is an area here that is respecting. So let's watch this play out, and I'll show you how I determined that I was going to actually get into the trade. And actually, we have to go back to about 7 o'clock-ish. Okay, now let's play it. So I saw the double top here, and it was still trending to the downside. Speed it up a little. Okay. And around about this time, it's news. And I saw the rundown. And once I noticed that the rundown, let me slow it down a little bit for y'all. Once I noticed the rundown and also the break of structure here, it caught my eye. So we'll continue to play it here, just to see how it reacts to these areas, because these are also structure areas. Because it's really not a clear chart, because as you know, the market's been moving kind of crazy. So I kept that in mind there. Not to leave it on there, but just to keep it in mind, because a lot of things you don't have to draw up because you don't want your chart really messy, but you also need to pay attention to the market, actually, the structure of it. So when it did that, let's keep watching here. I noticed the gap that it has there. It's kind of moving slow, y'all. Sorry, I'm trying to speed it up. I don't want it to go too fast like it just did. So this area here, let me make it bigger. I zoomed in and caught it. I drew up the supply zone here. And then I also put my analysis down for what I was going to catch. And it was pretty much not in the resistance zone, like right where all the liquidity is sitting, but I put it a little bit higher so that I can't get stopped out. So I actually marked up this trade, and I'll slow it down. I put it here at this new level of support on the 5-minute, and it kind of played around a little bit. But the profit target was hit for today. So I got a 1 and 2. I just wanted to let you watch it play out. And it took a while because you see all the wicks at the bottom. I was like, and then the market's not really, clean today. It's kind of starting to become choppy. Bam, that's where the take profit hit. So that's the trade I took today on GU on the 5-minute chart. And actually just to see where it is right now, let me take all my drawings off. What's the market doing after that move? So the move that I had here was this morning that I took profit on. Finish drawing that up. So I took profit on this move here. Look what the market has done since that move. So it's still continuing to drop, but being that there is liquidity sitting here and there's structure with that liquidity, if you're going to take this trade and the break of structure is continuing, you take that trade all the way down to these liquidity areas, because a lot of times it'll spike, grab that liquidity, and either continue down or continue in a different direction. So just be mindful of the structure when y'all are taking these trades. With the market being the way it's been here this week, I'll be really careful with your risk management. But I just wanted to bring this trade to you today because a lot of times the market is not going to be super clean so that you can see a textbook setup. Sometimes you have to go in, look, and just if you need to drop your lot sizes, if you're not 100% sure, but you're kind of about 80% sure that the trade will hit, or even 70% sure, drop your lot sizes, and that way you protect your capital. So that's pretty much all I have. Remember, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get every upload that I come to you. I'm trying to become consistent with YouTube as well, but y'all bear with me. I really have a typically busy lifestyle in general. But I appreciate you watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon.